I realized when I did that life sentence in prison for a crime I didn't do that life, you don't have but one life. And life is too short. Made it to Miami. Get to go to the hotel, the gates, downtown Miami. Then go to get something to eat, probably Trick Daddy restaurant, Sunday Eatery. Then see my cousin Kimaya. And we're waiting now to get our rental car, a rental SUV. Down here at Hayes. I think one of these might be ours. I don't know which one, but I like the one I had. And I got rid of the too many recalls and breakdowns. But yeah, made it here safely. Just checking in. Get back with y'all later on the sites. And I'm out.
Head south on Northwest 37th Avenue toward Northwest 14th Street.
Finally got the rental. Now we're on our way to the hotel. We get an early check-in. Yeah.
Turn left onto Florida 836 East Rim.
Traffic is getting crazy. Do get crazy. Yeah. Made it to the hotel, the Gates Hotel, right here on the water. Don't look too inviting when you get out, but you'll see. Might be a damn gator down in there. Look at it, it's full of fish too. Look at all them fish, baby. Look at all them fish, a whole bunch of fish, look. A bunch of fish in there. Guarantee there's a gator down in there.
A couple of them.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, the Gates. We're gonna see what it look like. The Gates Hotel. They didn't look like this on the videos, but we're gonna see people. Everybody talk good over there. No, I'm talking about they charge us. Yeah. We ain't forget. I've been on that the whole time. I've been talking about it.
We didn't forget. One thing about my baby.
Don't look like never. Shit, me too. Back in Miami for the third time, babe. Tired this now.
Third time's a charm.
Yeah. Celebrating the birthday boy's birthday at the same time. I got a work trip. We can check in, man. Oh, the hotel restaurant that way. Back down here in MIA. Hotel. Copyright.
It's not good.
Mm-hmm. It look nice though, there. Man, just outside. I got to eat the STK. Give y'all a little bit. Collins Ave. 20 Collins Ave, 22nd Street. Come on, man. We on car. Okay, we gotta go a few blocks. That shit off. That's what I'm saying, we on call. That's it, but now I'm gonna get back. I'm just showing y'all a little bit of Collins Avenue. Down here in Miramar, Florida, to celebrate my cousin Kimaya key to MIA accomplishment. The best tourist company in her region. All right, Kimai, you on L.I.F.E.
On what?
You on L.I.F.E.
Hey.
You on the YouTube channel, L.I.F.E.
I'm not camera shy.
You gotta look like.
All your
We already-
tourists,
already
all the tourists will come down.
Well, we'll get the other than Saturday. After their tour, they came here. It was a birthday celebration, party of 3. Took me back and was like, it's good. We can
Name of the restaurant. Miramar, Florida. Awesome. Black owned. Support your local.
I forgot her name.
How y'all doing? I'm Kayvon Webster, Smith & Webster owner. Thank you guys for coming. It's always a pleasure to have new customers. We thank you for coming and dining with us. We wouldn't be us without you. Thank you.
The historic Lyric Theater.
10, so you all get a good intimate experience. So, come on, girl. All right, so everybody, welcome to the cookout. I am going to be your guide today, Kimaya. I'm the owner and lead tour operator for Key to MIA. We started in 2019 to just really be able to provide people with immersive experiences, to experience Miami like a local. I am actually not a Miami native. I moved here in 2010 and absolutely hated Miami when I moved here. It was a huge culture shock. I felt like people were very rude, like they'd be in your personal space, blowing the horn as soon as the light changed, like just a lot going on. It wasn't North Carolina.
Oh, okay.
Yep.
Yeah, that's a
So-
huge difference.
That Southern hospitality that I'm used to was not here. So it wasn't until I kind of decided to change my perspective and see Miami through a different lens that I learned to really appreciate Miami. So one of the very first festivals that I did was the Cayocho Festival, which is actually one of the largest Latin festivals in the world. Holds the Guinness Book of World Records for the longest conga line, all that good stuff. That wasn't the caveat for me though. It was really being able to see all different shades of people celebrating their heritage across the Cuban diaspora. So that was the biggest thing for me. And then I spilled into Overtown, which is where we are today. And when I moved here, most people told me, you don't want to go to Overtown, that's hood, First 48, all that. So I stayed away from Overtown. But it wasn't until I actually dived into Overtown and learned to appreciate what was here, the Black history that's here, that I really saw Miami as a whole through a different lens. So you'll get to see Black Miami today, not just Overtown, but we're gonna go into a couple other neighborhoods. And this year we're actually expanding into Broward County as well. So you don't get Dade County, you get Miami-Dade and Broward County. So y'all ready to go on this journey with me? Yes? All right, so like I said, Overtown, a lot of rich history here in this area. Actually, with the incorporation of the city of Miami, it happened because of this neighborhood, Overtown. 161 black men were names listed on the charter. The very first name on Miami's charter to incorporate the city on July 28, 1896 was a black man by the name of Silas Austin. So this is not the oldest black neighborhood, but it is one of the oldest. Also, you're standing in the Black Archives, which is attached to the Lyric Theater, which is the oldest theater in Miami. So it was built in 1913, shout out to my Delta, by a gentleman named Gita Walker. He had gone on a trip to Paris and decided that he wanted to bring a little bit of a little Broadway, so to speak, to the Harlem of the South. So that was the nickname given to this neighborhood because in its heyday, I would say the 1930s all the way up to probably like the 1970s, you would see all the big names that would come into this area. So we'll get to go into Lyric Theater in just a moment, but we're starting here in the Black Archives because this tour is possible due to the efforts of the lady that you see behind me. So I consider her to be like my sassy auntie. This is Dr. Dorothy Jenkins Fields. She's a Miami native. And because of her efforts, we even have Black history being preserved and restored. So she's pretty much the pioneer in that. Before she decided to start the Black Archives, she had attended a conference or workshop. And within that, she said, well, I'm gonna call the local library to see if I can find more information on Black history in Miami. And when she called, she ended up being on hold by the receptionist for about 20 minutes. She came back, and her exact words to Dr. Fields were, I guess those people don't care enough about their history. So prior to her starting the Black Archives, we only had obituaries available. So she rounded up a lot of information from the local community, but also her family has deep roots in Miami history. In fact, her uncle, I believe it is, he actually was the first physician in Miami-Dade Christian Hospital, I believe is where he worked. So again, a lot of legacy here. So if you'd like to read up on her, you can do so on this backdrop. And then also the archives has created unfolded.
Here we go. We've arrived. That's correct right there. Oh, she got that kind of car. A Elantra or something. No, she had an SUV or something last time. Here. Now, where the entrance at? Museum main entrance. Oh, there she go right there. They go key to MIA.
I didn't know how many coming in, so.
There you go.
Signing into the booklet info.
A half century ago, Miami was born its first black police force and municipal judge. The system served as a model for cities across the country. The Black Police Precinct, the Courthouse Museum History. Let's sign in right quick. Oh.
The guy sitting ready.
Wow. Well, what? See, the Miami Police Department, oldest living Negro Black police officer.
He actually did my tour the first time. He get ready to celebrate his 100th birthday.
Police lieutenant. You were the first one. Police lieutenant.
My tour guide had him.
Negro Precinct.
Y'all are staying in the historic Black Police Precinct and Courthouse Museum. This is actually the only known precinct and courthouse museum in the country. So sacred ground. It's in historic Overtown, which was originally known as Colored Town when it was established. So when Miami was incorporated in 1896, it took the gentleman who lived in this town to be able to incorporate the city. On Miami's charter, there are 161 Black men's names listed on the charter. So without this neighborhood, Miami would not exist. Fast forward to the mid 1900s, we saw a huge need for the Central Negro District, or then known as Colored Town, to have some sort of police presence or someone who looked like us within this area. Most of that was because of this picture that you see right here. I'll point this one out first. This was in 1925, Sergeant Lori Weaver. You see what's leading his funeral procession. KKK. So prior to this precinct being established, you didn't need any formal training to be a police officer in this city. If you decided you wanted to patrol the area, that was what you got to do. So obviously, like I said, there was a need for police presence in this area. Here we have these three gentlemen who were part of the Ministerial Alliance: Dr. Ira P. Davis, Father John Coleman, and Captain James E. Scott. So they sat down and said we need to be able to do something in Colortown. There was a wrongful death of a Black citizen caused by a white officer. And they put into action to be able to get a Negro community police precinct in place. And with their efforts, the voting and things that took place during this time, we were able to get Miami's first 5 Black police officers. So I like to make sure I say their names out loud. 1944, September 1st, 1944, we were able to swear in Ralph White, Moody Hall, Clyde Lee, Edward Kimball, and John Millage. So they were actually trained in secret for about 2 to 3 weeks, I believe it was. They were sworn in secret. So this was actually at a dental office because they didn't have the precinct at the time. And no announcement was formally made until they were officially sworn in because they knew there would be a lot of pushback with 5 Black men being police officers. In fact, they were not considered police officers, they were considered patrolmen. They weren't given that special title. Right. So with us having them start in 1944, we ended up getting, I think we made it up to 14 police officers by the time we were ready to officially open the precinct. So this was opened in 1950. And we needed a place to be able to do what we needed to do. There were strategically, you will see in a lot of the pictures that you go through, white men that were positioned there because they felt that Black men couldn't necessarily control or manage themselves. So there needed to be some sort of presence here. But you have the office and the booking area. This actually used to be the women's jail cell. The men's jail cell is still back here, but you'll get to go through the museum, see a ton of history. A lot of it was donated by family, or they were able to collect a few archival things. As I mentioned, usually the retired officers are the ones who will do the full tour. They have stories for days. Some of them were in the force for like 40 or 50 years. And again, this gentleman up here did my tour when I first started. He MIA back in 2019. Hearing the stories he told, because you can see he was one of the first. It was crazy to hear his experience being a Black officer in Miami. So I'm gonna stop talking. I'm gonna let you go through, look at anything. If you have any questions, I'll do my best to answer it because I don't know everything, but I do know we'll get. And if I don't know it, we're gonna figure it out.
What do you think, babe? First Black police precinct. We never knew it. Now we know it, and a lot of other people gonna know it.
I've never heard of it.
Yeah, me either. Out of all the time, never heard of it. Ain't too many people never heard
There's
of
a
it.
lot of locals that didn't even know this existed.
So to some people, it ain't important. Some people don't care. They were them old shackles and handcuffs. Know about them firsthand.
So with the training, remember I said they were trained in secret, sworn in secret. With the training that they were able to establish, that was the first formal training to be a part of the police academy. They were able to reduce the crime by 50% within like a 2-year time span. And they did so much, people were trying to figure out, well, what is it that they're doing down there? And they ended up traveling down here to study what they were doing. And their training, I was told, actually incorporated into what the police academy does for them. Oh, wow. There, where you standing in that picture was taken right from.
What's these letters?
Right here.
What's these letters, Kimar?
So these are actually telegrams that were received. Some sergeants, basically, it wasn't supposed to be seen, most of them, by civilian eyes. So they were talking about some great stuff, but for the most part, some of them.
And these are bikes they used to use?
Yep.
Oh man, look at their bikes. Got MPD, Miami Police Department on the back, you see it? MPD.
And what sparked me asking you to come down here was this thing. So he was actually one of the first 5 that served.
That's what sparked you to ask me to come down here?
His story, because he was one of the first 5, but he was also one of the first killed in the line of duty.
Oh, this guy here?
John Miller.
John Miller.
Yep. So when he was sworn in, you see up here his story. Basically, there were some gate crashes at Dorsey Park, which is not too far from here. Dana Dorsey was Miami's first Black millionaire, so the park was named after him. They weren't trying to crash the game. He told them they needed to leave. They got angry. Basically, came back with a shotgun, killed them in a line.
Black people, white people.
I believe white people actually. I don't even remember.
Shot with a shotgun, cuz.
Yep. Leroy, no, so Leroy Straight, basically is what it was. So I'll have to confirm what his race was. But with that, all he ended up getting was 19 months in community service, but he fled the sentence. And it took 43 years for them to even find him.
What do you think about it? You see this bike right here? This is it. I'm gonna arrest you on this bike. I'm gonna arrest you on this bike.
Liberty
And put
City.
you on the handlebar.
Put you in there and take you up.
Hmm.
I'm gonna flatten your tires.
But if you get blood, there's just a certain level of trust that they have with these officers. For you to be in the wrong, they're coming to arrest you, and it's like, oh, okay, go ahead.
Like you said, you gotta go to that town 10 minutes away from you. I gotta rise in my mental walk.
Oh, this guy here the first one to attend the police academy. This brother
This
here.
is his head here. So even though he was the first African
Terrence Dixon.
police chief, he was also the first Black officer to attend the police academy. They took the group photo and waited for him to leave to take another group photo.
They did what now? Repeat it. They waited to take the picture, you say?
No, they took the group photo, but they waited for him to leave to take another group photo.
So they had one without him in it and one with him, and so there's somebody says, we did take a photo with him.
Exactly.
Typical. That's how they do. That's how they did, and that's how they do. Oh, these are all their badges, the real badges.
That's it.
Oh, these go to him.
Oh, he said.
This letter, what is what is that? Award or something he got?
This was in the local newspaper. I think that's why he retired.
Oath of office. This would have been beneficial. I know it benefited, and we definitely probably need something like this again. But it seems like we're gonna have to police your own to a degree.
To a degree.
To a degree. What's something back there? Oh, they go to, okay, they go to sales. Now who this right here?
Who's this guy?
Go
We
ahead.
started.
Go ahead.
So this guy, I was like, I want to go home. I don't even know.
They were them sales. Don't want to be behind these no more.
So this guy was just here.
Boy, I'm back. Oh man, look at these. The sales. These are actual sales.
Actually says.
Just like, boy, look at it there.
A lot of people
Hold up. I'm gonna go in here. Look at this there. These was way smaller than the one we was in. Good God. You got me. Good God, look at this. This way smaller than the one. Some of ours was like this too. Look at this. But at least you might been took care of better. You know what I'm saying?
You arrested in here on Friday. You here through the weekend.
But it's a black police department, so they might would have took care of the black people better. You know what I'm saying? Than the whites would have back in the day.
Oh, I'm sure they would.
Yeah, you know, they probably would handle it a little with care, a little different. You know what I'm saying? I remember these days. I'm gonna have to lay down. I remember sitting here like this. I remember them days like, man, but I didn't have this though, but I got this now. I can call somebody now. Yeah, man. Somebody got to use the bathroom. Somebody, your bunkmate, he go to the bathroom. We used to have to do this in the county jail and in prison. You had to take your daggone blanket and do like this. Whoever on the bottom bunk, And then he sit on the toilet or do what he got to do, and you still in the room smelling his cat. And then, this what was a trip about it, man. You had to learn how to do a lot of stuff. You take your milks and put down in here to get them cold. You take and put it in a bag, and that's how you kept your milk and stuff like carton of milk cold. And then you might have a clown to sleep with. He don't want you standing over when you get up to eat or read the Bible or whatever you're gonna do. He down here, you be fighting over there. He don't want you to get a clown above you. He don't want you leaning on his bunk. You had to try to make some way to exercise in this little room. You had to come up with stuff like get right here and do dips. You know what I'm saying? You had this is way small out. You had to learn to do exercise like that. You had to learn to live and do everything in this. You might well do pull-ups like this, holding on to the bar. And if you could, there's so many different ways you would have to work out to exercise. This a trip. And then you would walk. You just would walk back and forth. I had to do this before. And walk back and forth just to get some exercise or jumping jack. This is what we used to do. It's crazy. And they got no TV. Same thing. Boy, they ain't even got no, I don't wonder if they had a sink in here. Back in the day, this time, they might didn't have a sink because there's not one here. It looked like it might have been a sink up here, though. Because it might have been a sink. Have your pictures up on the wall. And then you stay in here 24 hours. Back then, and you don't get out, especially if you go to segregation. Segregation be pitch dark almost. And you locked in here. And
What is segregation?
Lock up, inside a lockup, jail inside a prison. So you get in trouble, get disciplinary action, get in a fight, get caught with drugs, or get caught with something, assault an officer. They take it used to be a literal hole in the ground, way back in the day. Like on Cool Hand Luke, the movie, not Robert Redford, I forgot my man name, but it was the hole, it was punishment for doing wrong. It would be, sometimes they'd be smaller than this. Back in the day, they used to be, but when we was in there, they were about like this. It'd be one person, some places had two people in the cell. And you were in there and you didn't get to come out. And then the only time they might let you out, like the old Pope Youth Center, you might come out in a little walking area, just like this. And the bar would be right here, and all you can do is do this. And y'all get to see each other then. That's the only time, really. And you remember sending kites? Where you could take it and throw it on the string and tie it and yo, man, nigga, wake up.
That's your text message.
Or you be here like, and he rapping. You had to do something to entertain yourself, man. You go crazy. I'm telling you. We would do all kinds of stuff, cuz. I'm telling you. It's be dark. Sometimes you don't never come out. Don't let nothing happen out here. We fight or I stab somebody or something go down out here. Lockdown. And you locked in this joker here, this little joker here forever, bro. I mean, you in here dark. You got to read your Bible, read a book, write, sleep, over and over, wake up. They bring you breakfast. Chow call. Get up. And that was something. And I can imagine what these brothers went through. But I honestly think this right here would have been good for now. Because I know that the mentality of black people back then were more together than it is now. I know that they would have took care of the inmates, I'm gonna say, better than the white folk would have. But now, with the mentality of black people and the way we are now, they have an all-black police department. I think they would still let, even back then they did too, I think they would still let the outside influence poison them to now, like they did back then. But it won't so easy to infiltrate our culture or our culture, I'm gonna say, so easily back then because everybody was more together because we had to be together. But now, I think we so separated and they got us divided and let some be rich and let some, but that's another story. But I just think it'll be rougher now, but it's needed. I think it will be needed now still because you still got some good people out here, good brothers and sisters, black people of color, whatever we want to call them, say brown, that'll do the right thing and want to see their people elevate and taken care of and done better. So that's what. But it's awesome though. It's awesome.
It make you look at it in a different light, man.
It do, because it would have been different to have a all black police department and judge though. Didn't you say judge and what else? Magistrate too, right?
It's all black.
And then it made me wonder, what if I had all of that? If the whole system from top to bottom or bottom to top, because the police really are the bottom, because they're the ones that go get you, they get the evidence and bring it to the district attorney. And then the district attorney, imagine you had all the levels that was, now when I say black, I mean, think black, or just want black, but think white. You know what I'm saying? But a black that think black, that's act black, that's a black person that ain't corrupted, I'm gonna say. But to have somebody that can understand on all the levels, that know how, yes sir, the judge, the police officer, from the police officer to the judge, I think we would be in a better place in this system. I think we would. I know we would. I hope. I want to say I know we would. But you never know when you're dealing with us human beings. You know what I'm saying? You don't never know, because we can change. We got a will. We can decide to say yes, or we can decide to say no. You know what I'm saying? That's the only common denominator. That's the only, I ain't gonna say weakness, because it's not a weakness, because God gave it to us for a purpose, whether we abuse it or not, but our will, being able to say yes or no, being able to make the right choice or right decision, from whether it's pressure, no pressure, or whatever. For real. Where the shower at? What? That ain't in here.
I have never even thought to ask where the shower was. Like,
Back then, I'll tell you, back then, most of them were done by bucket and water.
Oh yeah, sure would. This. Cause what year was this? Oh man, they would have had a shower. But in here,
well, in Overtown specifically, there were issues with like access points. So it's a possibility.
Yeah.
and boy, hey, we remember they used to have tours come in. Little kids and people used to come in and they'll look at us like this. And we'd be like, yo man, you don't want to come in here, man. You know what I'm saying? We used to be sitting here like this. And when I first got in there, I was like, yo man, look, little bro, you don't want to come in here. And the door would close though. The door would close. And I got to the point, man, I got so tired of that, man, I wouldn't even get up when they come. I wouldn't even get up. I'd go sit and lay in the bed under the cover. Cause you know why? When I first got in there, I was a child. But as I grew up in there and I started feeling the shame of being in there, you know what I'm saying? Even though I was innocent, but I still started being ashamed. And then I used to lay in the bed and just, cause the only way you could escape is with reading, or physically escape in these cells. You had to take your knees and put them up, put the cover under your head, wrap the cover under your feet, and it'd be like a tent. And you can just be up under there doing your thing in your mind and escape, because you're not seeing the bars. That's one way we used to do it too. Yeah, so you couldn't see the walls, the bars, and all. You're seeing in the darkness, so you can create whatever image you need, or you can cry. I seen people take them same blankets, hang themselves on the bars, for charges way least than what I was locked up for. I seen a lot in there, boy. It was the toilet thing.
And the shame and stuff too, like even though, like you said, you're innocent, like you're being put on display.
Yeah, that's what it is. And I got shamed of. I said, man, I ain't going out there and talk to them kids no more. I said, even though I was innocent, it still was a shame to be in that predicament. And that's part of it's part of the process of the legal system, to make you shame of what you did and the punishment if you committed a crime. But imagine going through all of that stuff as you like you're guilty and you're not guilty. And you got to go through the shame and all that stuff. That's what really got me a lot. That's what I deal with now. It's still a lot of that stuff in me, the trauma from having to be treated like something, or be looked at like something, and be treated like I was a murderer, like I was a liar, because that's what they looked at all of us as. Everybody go to prison, say they're innocent. Everybody get locked up, so that stuff, So just when I saw them bars, man, I start not to come over here. When I saw the bar from right there, I start not to, but I don't started healing, and I might not completely heal. And after this, I'm gonna have a lot going on because I just did a speak when I just spoke to the district attorney about the incoming district attorney about prison reform and just being able to sow a seed in their mind. I'm gonna have to recover from that because every time I talk about stuff and what I went through and talk about that wrongful conviction and all the stuff I went through with that wrongful conviction, being locked up for something I didn't do, it stirs up so many different emotions. Sometimes it be depression. Wanda know because she got to deal with it. She around me all the time, and she know I be tired after I speak. But I'm down here in Miami, so I can't. It's kind of, but it's still here, and I know how to. I learned how to put on a good show. You know what I'm saying, so to speak. I learned how to stand up, my chest up. I had to do that in prison. You know, I had to put a game face on every day in prison for them 26 years. You know, I really did. I had to get up every day. And here we go. And there's sometimes I used to get to my door and say, another day of this mess. God help me. And I say, they be like, chow call. They'll say, stop. Don't turn around and talk. This was at Polk Youth Center. Because Polk Youth Center built just like this. Polk Youth Center just like this. Or a lot of bars and stuff. You couldn't talk. You had to stand on a line. I mean, if you turn your head and say, yo, man, get up, man, you going to be, man, get off me, man. I went through that one day. And I mean, then this right here, having to go through all this, stand up on the line up, or stand up here and let somebody point and say you did something when they know you didn't. Stand up. Then they got a nerve to be my height. I mean, 6'5". I mean, yeah. Let somebody say he did it. Yeah, that's him. And no, they lying. Then you got to go through this part of it. And this will run you crazy. I done seen people run head first into the wall. I seen people get on the bed and jump off on their head. Seen people swallow batteries in there. I seen people OD in there. I seen people stab each other. I seen somebody come in and stab me in the bed. I seen somebody come with a damn a steel toe boot and beat a dude in the bed, in the face and there. I seen a dude die. My bunk partner went crazy up under me, literally started using the bathroom all over himself. Because his wife left. He just lost his mind. And every time after that, they would roll him out of his cell like this in segregation to medical. And he was like slobbing all over his cell. He was gone. And I asked the officer, what happened to Mr.? He was my bunk partner. Me and the guy had to pick him up in the chair and take him in the shower and try to get him to wash himself. And he was just, he just snapped. I said, what's wrong in the middle of the night? You got to go through all of that. I woke up, that's trauma. That caused, had trauma because he lost his mind, but I had the trauma of going through it with him and being his cellmate or bunk partner. You know, I had another man about to die. I had to jump up in the middle of the night, 3 o'clock, run. Yo, this man dying in here. Then they think you're joking, but they knew it was me because of the reputation that I had in prison where I stayed to myself, did what I'm supposed to do, and most of the time, not all the time, but, and they knew when I said something, they were true. So it was a trip, and all that trauma is on you and in you, and that's the stuff you're trying to heal from and get out of and shake off. You know, when you get out, if you ever get exonerated, because everybody don't get their innocence proved and get out of these cages, because it's like a zoo. That's what I tell people, man. I'm not gonna let the people look at me like I'm no zoo animal through these gates no more. I'm not standing up no more and talking to these kids no more. I can't do it, and I had the right to do that, and that's what I did. But do we got some? Let's get out of these bars. That's enough. Thank you, Derek. What's this right here, Kamai? Oh, this a place too. This part up.
Yeah, then they got a little film thing over there.
Where we going now, cuz?
Years.
Oh, what's up here?
I don't know, but look at it.
Where am I going at? Oh, show you that. There they go. There they go. Peacekeepers, that's what they used to call them. Peacemaking, peacekeeper. You kept the peace with those. Like that's a Ruger Mini 14, yeah. Then they had a 12 gauge.
12 gauge. Shout
Oh, look.
Mm-hmm.
Had one of them. A lot of these.
I'm only on block 17.
Yeah. Hello.
What's up there? Nothing.
That's the courthouse here.
Oh, okay. Well,
So
cuz, you can lead the way.
when you go to the courthouse, you'll see there's information on the judge, but also you will see a lot of things that you can either be cited or arrested for as you go up. So a lot of information to kind of read time when you go up. Most people usually stop at the disorderly conduct and creating a disturbance. It's like, wait a minute, what? But yeah, so we'll go up and we'll talk about the first Black municipal court.
Okay, now who is this here? Who are them for? That many of them?
It's a training conference in Detroit.
Mm-hmm.
Boy Scouts. I think it's Troop 77.
Okay. So what, we gonna follow you on up, cuz? Oh, you're gonna get me. Yeah. Now what about her? What she one of the what's okay?
She's the wife of the first Black municipal.
Okay. Okay, it was in closed in 1963.
So it won't open that long. They felt like it was costing too much to maintain the precinct, so they decided to shut it down and do it much.
Of course, we know it always boiled down to money. That's why everything always boiled down to money, power, and control. And you say these are the things that you owe $230. Concealed weapon. Crimes against minors. Disorderly conduct. Creating a disturbance. Drunkenness, fighting, profanity.
You didn't see it acting crazy, that's usually what most people like.
Oh yeah, I didn't see it. Look at that. Acting crazy. That's one of the y'all see that? Acting crazy. Cat calling. Dad, you got arrested for cat calling. Hey girl. Damn, she bad. God, dog, you get locked up for that. Okay. Shouting. You couldn't even holler. Look at that. Shouting. Dog, and cat calling. Drunkenness, okay. Fighting, of course. Gambling, okay. They ain't play by that gambling, yeah. Malicious mischief. Intentional destroy or damage, okay. Possession of moonshine. Well, we know that was for certain people because they got NASCAR that were created from moonshine.
Well, that was actually really big down here because we're so close to the water.
Yeah.
And Little Havana, that's the Miami Trail, so we take from Miami to Tampa. So it was easy access and multiple trades.
They let you know, but look, profanity, boy, people be broke today. Look at all that money for profanity.
Mm-hmm.
Different fines. 40 days in jail, $100. Look at that.
Like, well, y'all need to put
Traffic offenses, speeding.
Failure to stop driving without a license.
Okay, of course.
Illegal packing, parking, speeding.
Yeah, that's a courtroom door all day.
Yeah.
Well, I hate a courtroom, but it's like a slave auction block, seems like a little bit. I like the old smell. It's like you can smell the history of it. And old wood. Yes, sir. Daggone courthouse, boy. Now I can go back there.
It's hard. You gotta get it.
What's up, my man?
So Terrence, well, y'all already did.
In person. What's up, brother?
Hey, you tall, dog. You
Yes,
tall.
sir. Yes, sir.
Oh.
Mr. Terrence, man. Mr. Terrence, man.
So good to see you. Let's throw some light, man.
This here's the summer.
Hey, everybody. I'm
All
Mr.
families, so you know about this Terrence.
Terry. Hey, Miss One, how you doing? Look at you, man.
Yeah, man. Yes, sir. I made it. Tell you I'm gonna make it down here one time.
So y'all gonna hit the beach too?
Probably. Yeah, we on down there on Collins.
Well, I tell you, all the food spots you need to hit, so.
Yeah, that's what we were just talking about. We want to go to Trick Daddy, see what that's about. I heard so much about it.
The deep fried ribs is like
Is it? Yeah, I've heard it's, what is it called? Sunday? It's called Sunday. Yeah.
First time behind a judge. Now I'm up here.
Yeah, that's right.
Now I'm the judge. That's different now.
The master of your own fate.
I'm the judge. Hear ye, hear ye. Ain't that what they say? I want somebody to hear him. All rise. If you want to. If you respect me. That's how they, you know what I'm saying? I just got that, what I was just speaking about a while ago.
He's showing you up. You got a GoPro. You got it.
You know, that come from the job. You know, the job. You know, organization. Yeah, they got all this. I ain't know nothing about it. I'm still slack on my technology. Yes, sir. First time, man.
Actually, you know, close to me. Yeah.
Negro Municipal Court.
You got it back to work? You got it back to work?
Opening of new precinct station with our first Negro judge, L.I.F.E. Thomas, May 22nd, 1950. Officer R.V. White, Officer Clyde Lee. No, first day they open right here, cutting the ribbon. I know there was something for them back then during the time. It was hard back then. Question. What do you think? Do you think it'd make a difference to have an all-black police precinct with all-black judges, magistrates? What you think?
And asking that question, read the bottom paragraph.
Which one? Right here?
Judge Johnson, you see where it says, the first year, the court handled 6,374 cases.
Uh-huh. This would have made a difference. But would I have made a difference? That's the question. Just be straight up. That just hit me right there. Would I have made a difference, or would I have been scared to stand up against the system? You know what I'm saying? Back then. That's the question we always say. If I was back then, I would have did this. I would have did that. Well, okay, if I had the opportunity to sit up here and prosecute my people, but prosecute them fairly, would I have done what I was supposed to done? Excuse me. Would I have been able to stand like this judge up here stood? Because back then it was hell, you know. So that's a question, you know. Really, if you can be honest, would you been able to handle the hell that they went through to get this thing established and to sit up here and to sit over their people, so to speak, not without fear, but in spite of the fear, you know, of what the repercussion was going to be to the other authorities, you know, the other authority figures, the white people of the day. You know how they had free reign over us back then. They could kill you or whatever. Boy, sit your damn boy. I kill you, boy. You know what I'm saying? They could do that back then, but would you still be a judge or a lawyer or somebody to stand up for your people up here? Because, you know, this is one of the highest things you can really do when you got that power over somebody's life. And you know what this represents? You know, they say this come from, you know what I'm talking about? You don't think so? You know this? You heard where this come from? Why it's the gavel? You never thought about why they got this hammer, like the hammer come down a lot? But you know the same thing, the Mason got the same thing. You know, Mason, hammer, you know, a hammer on. But I'm on this side now. I'm up here. You know what I'm saying? I'm up here. You know, that's different. I'm on this side. Look at the road. The road.
Actually, where you gonna put it
Oh, I ain't want, I ain't want, might be too little, though. Yeah, I ain't gonna be able to get in there. Y'all ain't gonna be able to get me out. All right. Yes, sir. Just crazy though, man. I was just on that side. Now I'm actually in the courtroom. Even though it's a museum, but it's the symbolism of it. You know what I'm saying? After doing a life set, I'm actually on this side of a courtroom. Of this side. With the robe on.